History isn't just dates and grand events. It's a chorus of human voices. It's the lullaby in a lost language, the footsteps of a worker before dawn, the quiet prayer of a soldier far from home. Yet we mostly hear the loudest voices: generals, presidents, industrialists. Their stories are important, but what about the countless nameless people who built, tilled, and raised? Their silence is a story in itself. Listening for these forgotten voices reveals a deeper America. Our nation's identity is a mosaic, not a monument. Each piece, each person matters. Ignoring the stories of the enslaved, the immigrant, the indigenous, and the laborer leaves our history incomplete. These stories are the true bedrock of America. Imagine walking through an old cemetery, names faded, stories lost to time. When we let communities' stories fade, we're left with unanswered questions. Seeking out these narratives isn't rewriting history, it's completing it. We give voice to the silent, finding a truer version of ourselves. This journey takes us into archives, letters, and elders' memories. It challenges us to look beyond the official record and listen with our hearts. The past isn't distant, it's alive, speaking to us through struggles and triumphs we still recognize. It connects us to the unbroken chain of humanity, from the nation's first days to now. The echo in the silence is waiting for us to listen, and it has so much to tell us. History is always told by someone. It's gathered, selected, and written down. For most of history, only the powerful held the pen. They wrote what they knew, celebrating heroes who looked like them. The result? A record reflecting the victor's perspective. A general's memoir, a president's letters, a tycoon's biography. These are the sources we know. But what about those who couldn't write? The enslaved, the immigrant laborer, the voiceless. Their stories lived and died with them, leaving only faint traces. This selection creates gaps in our understanding. Indigenous oral histories were dismissed, enslaved Africans' stories erased, poor laborers and women ignored. The official narrative became one of great men, while most were relegated to footnotes. When we hear only one side, we create myth, not history. We celebrate progress, but ignore its cost. The ink of the victor gives us a clean story, but truth is messy and complex. To find a fuller history, we must read the silences and search for stories never meant to be saved. Only then do we begin to see the whole picture. The American Revolution wasn't just powdered wigs and declarations. It was won in fields, kitchens, and on battlefields by thousands whose names we don't know. Enslaved and free African Americans like Crispus Attucks and Salem Poor fought for liberty they were denied. Their courage forced us to confront the paradox of a nation fighting for freedom while holding people in bondage. Women kept the army alive, cooking, nursing, managing farms, and even spying, like the mysterious Agent 355. Indigenous nations made hard choices, some siding with Americans, others with the British, all facing loss and displacement. The revolution was a struggle for survival and sovereignty for many, not just independence from a king. These unseen architects shaped the outcome as much as any founding father. Their stories reveal a revolution far more complex and inclusive than we're taught. To understand freedom, we must remember them. The 19th century was an age of expansion, manifest destiny, railroads, and westward dreams. But progress casts a shadow. For every mile of track, there's a story of displacement, exploitation, and loss. The West wasn't empty. It was home to hundreds of indigenous nations. For them, settling was invasion, and the Trail of Tears was a journey of profound injustice. The railroad, symbol of unity, was built by Chinese immigrants who faced danger and discrimination, yet were erased from the celebration. Even the cowboy myth is incomplete. 1 in 4 was African American, like Beau Zicard, whose legacy is mostly forgotten. These stories challenge our myths and reveal a more diverse, complex frontier. Progress came at a cost, paid by those whose voices were silenced. To understand America, we must see both the triumph and the shadow. The true story of the West is not just conquest, but resilience and survival. The past is richer than the myths we inherit. We must listen for the voices left out. As America industrialized, cities filled with immigrants and migrants seeking a better life. They powered factories, lived in crowded tenements, and faced prejudice. Their stories are about survival, community, and dignity, not wealth or fame. Frances Perkins witnessed the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire and became a champion for workers' rights. Frank Little, a labor organizer, was lynched for standing up to powerful interests. Pauline Newman, an immigrant child laborer, became a leader for women workers. These were ordinary people who sparked extraordinary change. The foundation of modern America was built from the margins, not the top. Real change comes from the ground up. Forgetting these voices shapes our national identity. When history celebrates only a few, it sends a message about who matters. We lose the complex truths that define us. We remember Jefferson, but forget Sally Hemings and the enslaved at Monticello. We know Paul Revere, but not Sybil Ludington or Bessie Coleman, the pioneering Black and Native American pilot. The fight for women's suffrage often overlooks Sojourner Truth and Ida B. Wells, who fought for equality and against racism. When we lose these threads, our history becomes frayed and colorless. The story of America is inventors denied patents, artists dismissed, activists silenced. They were protagonists in their own right. Reclaiming their stories restores the fabric of our collective memory. A quiet revolution is underway, reclaiming lost, ignored, or erased stories. Historians and citizens are digging through archives and listening to elders. Oral history projects like StoryCorps capture everyday lives, adding depth to our understanding. Community archives, like the South Asian American Digital Archive and Densho, empower people to tell their own stories. Technology helps us reconnect with lost heritage, restore photos, and find ancestors. This is historical justice. Every life matters. Every story counts. By reclaiming these narratives, we build a richer, more inclusive history. We're not erasing old stories, but adding the missing voices. The American chorus grows stronger with every recovered thread. Our understanding of who we are becomes more honest and complete. America's story isn't finished. We all contribute to it. The most powerful untold stories are often in our own families. They're in memories, photo albums, and recipes passed down. Ask, who was the first to come here? What did they hope for? What did they endure? These aren't just anecdotes. They're primary sources, eyewitness accounts. The generation with living memory of the 20th century is fading. We have a limited time to capture their stories. Call, visit, and listen to the elders in your life. Record their voices, save their photos, write down their words. By preserving these stories, you honor your ancestors and give a gift to the future. You help build a more complete national memory. The unwritten histories are all around us. We just need to listen.